It's September 21, 2021. I'm Todd Dunn, and this morning Tortuga is in Buckle Harbor, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of the harbor. This is looking east from our anchorage, and looking north, and looking back at Buckle Island. There were 4 boats in here last night. This is the closest one. And we're just about ready to get underway to head back. And it's roughly 10 minutes to 8. And here's the view out the starboard side of the boat. There's Buckle Island, looking west. And the 2 other boats that are in here with us. We're anchored in about 7 feet of water here. So, and right now, a couple hours after low, we're in about 9 feet. So, no issues. So we'll be underway soon. I've got to raise the anchor, and then we'll be underway to head back to Southwest Harbor. And I'll get a few shots along the way. Well, here we go, exiting Buckle Harbor. We're looking west right now, and there's the view over toward Mount Desert Island, where it looks like there may have been a little fog this morning. Hopefully it'll be gone by the time we get there. Well, here's the biggest hazard to a boat like Tortuga, a lobster boat zipping along and leaving a huge weight. Fortunately, we're a ways away from him, so it shouldn't be too bad by the time it gets to where we are. And I'm staying as far from him as I can. You know, we're at least halfway across Blue Hill Bay on our way back. It's the Bass Harbor Bar ahead. If you look closely at the headland there, you can probably pick out the lighthouse. And that's where we're headed. Blue Hill Bay can be a challenge to motor across, largely because of the lobster gear combined with the currents. Right now we've got an incoming tide which is pushing us at about 1.5 knots to port, and it's going to change to being on the nose in a little bit. And because the water here is quite deep, up to almost 200 feet, most of the lobster pots are toggled. And that means that there is a small float that basically holds the line up from the bottom, and then the bigger float. And you have to learn to distinguish a toggled lobster float from a single. Like that reddish one there is a single because it's standing straight up. A toggled float will be lying flat on the water usually, and then you have to find out where the toggle buoy is. It can easily be towed under and difficult to see, and you do not want to run between the toggle buoy and the main float because there is a line connecting the two. So that with the current pushing you, in this case to port, that makes it a little tricky to maneuver through here. And there are spots where there's a lot of lobster gear. Now here's a single, and I don't know if you can see it well enough to see the current running by it. The current is diminishing now because we are in the lee of Placentia Island. Now we're getting close to the Bass Harbor Bar. There is Bass Harbor, and the bar just ahead with its lighthouse, and a toggled lobster float there. And here's another one right ahead, with the distance between the toggle buoy and the main buoy, better part of 40 feet. And as I said, there is a line between those two buoys. You don't want to go between them. We're approaching the west buoy for the Bass Harbor Bar, and in the distance there's a schooner approaching, so we'll be sailing right past them. I'll get a little video when they pass. And here is the Bass Harbor Bar lighthouse. We will pass fairly close to it. We are officially on the Bass Harbor Bar. We just passed the west buoy, and we're headed for the east buoy straight ahead. There is a buoy channel here. We don't really need to pay much attention to it because the shallow spot on the north half of the bar is about 10 feet at low tide, and we'll draw less than 3. It gets us nice and close to the lighthouse. We'll just motor past the lighthouse. We're bucking almost 2 knots of current right now, but fortunately today the bar is relatively benign. It was quite a bit rougher yesterday. So really slowed down, and you can see ahead where the standing waves on the bar disappear. That's where the current will start to decrease. And there's the Bass Harbor lighthouse from the water. And I'll zoom in on it so you can get a good look. And a few tourists there, even though it's only 9:15 a.m. Here's a view not many tourists are going to see, the view from the water. We're just about out of the standing waves. Flatten right out. And we're pretty much at the shallowest spot right here. Right now it's probably 13, 14 feet. I don't have my depth sounder on, so I can't tell you for sure. Okay. Hope you enjoyed looking at the Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse from the water. I'll come back when we get close to the schooner. Okay, here's the schooner heading west across the Bass Harbor Bar. They're going to get about a 2-knot current boost as they go across the bar. And trying to read their name. This is the Roseway. And they are just running with 2 sails today. We're approaching the Long Ledge Buoy. It's been kind of a rolly run from the Bass Harbor Bar over here. But we're going to make a turn here, and it's either going to get better or significantly worse, depending on just what direction the waves are coming from. We're going to turn to port here and head toward Mount Desert Island. The gap there is the Western Way, and that's where we're going. Well, here's the Long Ledge Buoy. And I'm going to make a turn to port and hopefully not have these waves right on the beam as we head toward the Western Way and Mount Desert Island. Now we're just entering the Western Way. Some clouds up on top of Cadillac Mountain today, so not much visibility up there. And we're going to be out of these rolly conditions just a couple of minutes, which will be nice. And there's the man-set shore of Southwest Harbor with some pretty looking clouds. And the seawall picnic area. As we come back into our home waters, the great harbor of Mount Desert Island. And you can see we've completely lost the wind. Windless with just a few waves. And we're going to get out of the swell, probably when we go past this can buoy straight ahead. And that is the marker for the entrance to the Western Way. And we have a fair tide going in. Well, we're back in Southwest Harbor, just about to enter the mooring field. About 10 minutes and we'll be tied up at the marina after our cruise back from Buckle Harbor on the west side of Swans Island. I hope you enjoyed this little cruise aboard our 1936 wooden powerboat, Tortuga, as we went today from Buckle Harbor east across Blue Hill Bay and then north back up into Southwest Harbor. Thanks for watching.